My name is Angel Ramos. I'm from Bintar, Ilocos Norte, northwestern part of the Philippines, in the main island of Luzon. We had two homes, one in a town and one in a village north of the town. It was during my stay there when the war broke out in December 7, 1941. During the war, we had to raise our food. We go fishing in a river, and we tend to our animals because our animals were our machine that helped us till the soil.
At the end of World War II, the Hawaiian Sugar Planters Association set up a recruiting station in Vigan, Ilocos Sur, to hire laborers for Hawaii's sugar and pineapple plantations. Farming was often the only option for survival in that region, and many Ilocanos signed up to be recruited.
And then the next week, I came home. I got my papers ready to apply for the recruitment. I told my folks, Mom, I'm going to Hawaii.
As part of the recruitment process, the labor recruits went through a medical examination. The recruiters also checked the laborers' hands. Were they rough? Were they built for labor?
Every morning, there would be a roll call. And at some point, we heard that they said, do not be reading magazines or books, and do not keep your hand too clean because they might look at it. If they find that it is too smooth, you might be sent home because they think you're not a laborer. I think it was April 17 when we left Port Salomage in Ilocos Sur.
The Hawaiian Sugar Planters Association recruited 6,000 Filipinos in 1946. The labor recruits became known as Sakadas. The Sakadas boarded the SS Maunawili and sailed for 17 days, with the dream of a better life and supporting their families in the Philippines.
When the boat ported at Kahuloy, thousands of us, we were all one side of the boat looking at the land, and we look at the people down, the houses, the land, and all that. After 17 days, you only look at the ocean, you feel I don't know, homesick, whatever. So everybody must get off at Maui. I was assigned to work at Libby, McNeil, and Libby. Our first job was cutting grass between the pineapple field. And then one day, we picked pineapple. And picking pineapple, we still had to put it in a bag and then take it out from the block, from the lines, and then it's put on crates and loaded to the truck. I stayed only 9 months in there. I wanted to join my brother, another Sakada, who was assigned in Kahuku, and also my uncle Santiago was already working in Kahuku Plantation.
When my father first arrived in Honolulu, he didn't know how to look for a job. He was a newcomer in a strange land, often described as an island paradise. He walked the streets and hung around the hotels of Waikiki, waiting for anyone to hire him until he found work to tide him over.
I found employment at the Navy Yard, and I stayed there for 18 months. And then my uncle, who was already working in Kahuku, he came and picked me up. He said, there's a new job, you can apply at the Kahuku Plantation. So I came to Kahuku and went to apply.
The 1946 Sakadas were entered into a 3-year contract with the condition that they work for 250 days of each year. If they fulfilled the contract, they would be given a free fare back to the Philippines. If they failed, they had to pay back $100, which was the price of their fare of coming to Hawaii.
I went to the office and he told me, Mr. Ramos, you ran away from your employment in Haiku, so we cannot employ you unless you pay back your fare, my fare to Hawaii. I didn't have $1 with me at the time, so the office people in Kahuku Plantation, they told me, oh, we can fix that up. Maybe we can deduct from your pay $5 every payday. That was payday at that time was once a month.
My father's journey of going from job to job, working at the Navy Yard and different plantations, was not uncommon to laborers like him. Once settled in the work routine, he had the opportunity for advancement at the mill.
When the plantation liquidated in 1971, my title was already Machinist Journeyman. We celebrated Rizal Day and made it like a carnival. We did it the Filipino way. We had to teach our children how to dance the tinikling.
Angel Ramos is a regular speaker for Kahuku Library's Plantation Talks. These talks are very special to the local community. People come out to attend, even those who have moved away and live in other parts of Oahu. The talk story events give people a chance to reconnect with the people they grew up with and re-experience a history that was very dear to them.
Angel was introduced to me on the grounds of Kahuku Hospital. I got to know him and I started to hear the stories of plantation life, and it was just totally fascinating. At the time, I was working for Councilmember Holmes, and I said to him, this is somebody that we have to introduce at City Council as a living treasure, because his knowledge of the Kahuku plantation life is irreplaceable. And not only the life and the stories, which he tells like no one else ever could, with such animation and such enthusiasm for having lived it, but the pictures, the photos. It's just amazing because he has preserved the heritage, the way of life, the uniqueness of plantation life for generations.
This is the typical way. 1920s, 1930s, you came from the farm, you never had nice clothes, you came to Hawaii. When you get time between working here, you go to the studio. You don't even own this one, you just use what they have. Props like that. Can you imagine taking pictures with bouquet of flowers like that? Okay. I also have pictures that show pistols and sombrero and all that. And well, I have it in there. I have bicycle with a suitcase. Oh yeah, right here. Look at that bicycle. Here's a bicycle. You get cap and even a tie in there. Look at that. Okay. These pictures would be sent home. Okay, so the mother said, "Ooh, my Baroque Lilivo, too much big shot already, rich man." And then he looked around and said, so kind of match something. That is what happened. We don't deny that. To find your mate, you did it different way than I did. Same way. Nothing wrong with it, but that was before. So it's almost like a picture bride. Okay, look in here.
The Sakadas are now a dying generation. They paved the way for the legacy that would be built by the Filipino community in Hawaii and across the world. In April 2015, Governor David Ige signed a bill into law proclaiming December 20th as Sakada Day in Hawaii.